Hey everyone, it's that time of year again. It is March Madness 2016. I hope you all are excited. This is going to be a real quick video on my Final Four and my big surprise of the tournament. My Final Four consists of North Carolina, Oklahoma, Michigan State, and Kansas. My bracket's over here, so sorry if I look over there a little bit. I just don't want to I want to make sure that I don't mess up. But you got Michigan State in this in the Midwest region. They have some great players on their team. They have Denzel Valentine, who has been an unbelievable player this year. I think he's going to win the Wooden Award this year because I think he actually is the best player in NCAA. Ben Simmons is definitely the most talented, but Denzel Valentine has been the best and is the MVP of his team. Denzel Valentine had 19.4 points a game, 7.6 assists per game, and 7.6 rebounds a game. It's unbelievable numbers. He's going to be in the NBA. He's probably going to be in the 20 range, I think, when it comes to being picked in the NBA, maybe even the early second round. But he is a great player. Michigan State, all they have to really worry about is Seton Hall and Virginia. Seton Hall, I think, is going to make it to the Sweet 16 over Utah. But Michigan State is just too good for them. They're too good on defense. They're too well coached with Tom Izzo, who's the most consistent March Madness coach, I think, ever, other than John Wooden. But he is unbelievable. He is an unbelievable coach. They get to the Elite Eight almost every year. And Virginia, the problem with Virginia, and that's why I didn't pick them to go to my Final Four, was because they cannot score. Yes, they might get 70 points per game, and 59 opponents. They only allow 59 points to their opponents, but against North Carolina in the ACC Championship, they couldn't score for like 7 to 9 minutes. You can't do that. It was crunch time. It was pressure. They buckle under the pressure. Virginia has a hard time winning in the tournament, and I think they'll get to the Elite Eight and lose to Michigan State, and they'll be in the Final Four. And I actually have Michigan State winning against the team I will tell you in the finals, and that will be my champion. You got North Carolina coming out of the East, so obviously you know I have them going to the Final Four, but losing to Michigan State because that's how it matches up. North Carolina is a very good team. They're probably the team that is playing best right now. They are the most consistent. North Carolina has a really hard region, though, with West Virginia, Kentucky, Indiana, Wisconsin. I mean, Providence even. Providence could win against them. Providence is an unbelievable team with Ben Bentel and their point guard, who name escapes me. But you got North Carolina, who is just really well coached with Roy Williams, another championship coach along with Tom Izzo. And I just think they're going to be able to push through. If they do lose to Providence, or they do lose to West Virginia, or they do lose to Kentucky or Indiana, whoever comes out of that, I wouldn't really be surprised, because this is the hardest region, I think, in my opinion, the South being the second hardest, the Midwest being the third hardest, and the West being the fourth. But North Carolina, I think, is going to come out of this and lose to Michigan State. Tom Izzo is a great coach, and he'll definitely prevail over Roy Williams. Then you got Kansas out of the South. I wanted to pick a team to beat Kansas. I don't like picking the major favorite. I didn't pick Kentucky. I think I had Kentucky losing in the Elite Eight, and they lost in the Final Four last year. Kansas, I couldn't find a team that they would lose to. I mean, Maryland is talented enough, but they haven't showed up. Miami, I don't think is talented enough to beat Kansas. They're a very talented team, but Kansas is just great on both sides of the ball. I actually have them going to the finals against Michigan State, and Michigan State winning because of their power, their star and Denzel Valentine, and they are a veteran team, and they have a veteran coach. I mean, Kansas does too with Bill Self, who also is a championship coach. But I mean, Kansas, you do have Perry Ellis and Wayne Selden, but I think Denzel Valentine's just better, and he'll show it in that game. Then in the West, this was really hard to pick, but you had to go with the best player in the West, which is Bobby Hield, and Bobby Hield out of Oklahoma. In this bracket actually is my Cinderella story too, which is Northern Iowa, which they'll face Oklahoma in the Sweet 16. They're going to run through Texas A&M and Texas, and they're going to lose to Oklahoma in the Sweet 16. Northern Iowa is a great team. They have 4 guys that average over 4 rebounds a game, and they have a guy named Wes Washburn who averages 14 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and 1.2 steals a game. He's a great player. Don't know if he's an NBA player, but he's played very well on the college level, and I just think they're going to be able to beat Texas and Texas A&M. Texas does have a great coach It's Shaka. I forgot last name escapes me, but it's the guy who coached VCU all those years that still gives Duke fans nightmares when they were the 15th seed and VCU was the 15th seed and they beat Duke when they were a 2 seed in the first round. I mean, they're an unbelievable coach, but I see Northern Iowa coming out. They're a veteran of the NCAA March Madness tournament as a mid-major, and they have beaten Kansas as a 1 seed back in the day when they were a 9 seed. So I really do believe Northern Iowa will be the Cinderella this year. One more note, I did not pick... Oh, and Oklahoma, Bobby Hield. He's just a great player. He averages 25 points per game, 5.6 rebounds a game. He's going to be second behind Denzel Valentine, in my opinion, for the Wooden Award. He's going to be an NBA player. He's going to be a top 3 pick. I think he's going to be pretty darn... He's probably going to be the best player out of this draft over Ben Simmons, in my opinion, because I think even though Ben Simmons might have the highest upside, I think Bobby Hield will be the most consistent player, and he's going to be a very good player. Maybe not a superstar, but a very good player in the NBA. I do believe, even though I couldn't pick this, I think that an 8 or 9 seed is going to be the 1 seed in this tournament. I just couldn't figure out who to pick, and I just copped out. A lot of people are picking St. Joseph's over Oregon. I just think Oregon is just too athletic. St. Joseph played very well. What they have done in their conference, I think they were like undefeated in their conference or very close to it. UConn, what they did in their championship tournament was amazing, but they're not beating Kansas. Kansas is too good on both sides of the court. You got Providence over North Carolina. I could see Providence over North Carolina. Providence has a lot of good players. They got Bentel. They got that great in Hearns. I think it's Hearns. No, it's not Hearns. It's the name escapes me. They have Chris Dunn. They have Chris Dunn as their point guard. He's unbelievable. He's probably one of the best point guards in the NCAA right now. He's going to be a NBA player. And Butler's been there. Butler has been there. I know Brad Stevens isn't there anymore, but Butler is a great organization, great college, just great at athletics and basketball. And they could beat Virginia. I mean, Virginia, I don't know if they're going to be able to score against Virginia. And Virginia, even though they really can't score that well, Virginia does play unbelievable defense, so they can cop out with that. They can win a game scoring 60 points. So I would say the highest chance for a loss would be Providence actually beating North Carolina. I really do believe Providence can beat them. I'm just not going to pick it. I'm too chicken. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and follow below and comment. Thanks so much. And I will be having the Mets and the Yankees previews right before the season starts after spring training. So look forward to that. Thanks so much.